Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Rich Guzman.
Hi guys, I'm Anastasia Halls, better known as Coach Ace.
Welcome to Ace and Rich Freedom by Design Live. And in today's video, Ace has got a special treat for you. So I'm going to be here in the, in the back over here, and she's going to be actually taking care of the content this evening. I'll jump in, of course, you know what I mean, but I want her to actually share this great content with you. So stay tuned. So guys, who do we have on the live today? We are rocking it, right? Look at this. Tina, David Williams, Fajar, how you doing, buddy? Lori, welcome to the live. Chata, welcome to the live. Tracy Lee, welcome to the live. Lamar, welcome to the live. Candace, welcome to the live. And the list goes on, and 4 other people, welcome to the live. It's 4 other people.
There's always 4 other people or 9 other people. So thank you guys for actually joining us here tonight. I'm really excited to share tonight's content because this is not going to be for the weak of heart. So if you are going to hear tonight's content, if you got virgin ears, too bad, so sad, oh well. Because I keep it real, and I'm not going to censor myself on my channel for what I have to say, because this here is going to hit home with so many of you, and it's not just business related, it's going to be life circumstance related. There's a journey in all of us. We all have gone through a journey, but there's just sometimes where you literally just have to say, you know what, 2 words. And you got to learn these 2 words, because these 2 words can really can carry you further in your life and in your business. And I'll tell you what those 2 words are in a few minutes. So, Rich, I need my notes.
Okay, let me get your notes right now.
And if you guys like to actually share, because sharing is caring, that would be great. Because I think a lot of people should hear about this, And it's a very important message that all of us should hear and listen to from the perspective of what other people are going through and people who are successful, how they overcame this challenge. Because you need to learn how to choose your struggle. And that's a good topic today.
Yeah, when I heard it, I'm like, choose your struggle.
Choose your struggle.
This
is definitely mindset and personal development. It's going to be really good for you today.
All right, so let me just blow this up.
Yeah, blow that up.
I don't know how you send it to me, but it looks all really tiny. Wow.
There you go, Rich. There you go. Blow it up. All right. That a guy right there.
Okay, so we're going to get started right now, guys. And hang on, because here comes some great
So
content.
I need to get into the seat. When I'm speaking, I usually
all right, you can get my seat. Go ahead.
Get out of the seat.
Go ahead. All right. So I guess I'm going to be on this seat.
Yeah. So see, guess who's going to get a break today?
All right, let's move over here.
You worked hard enough, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you know that also relates to what we're talking about today about choosing your struggle, is working hard.
Yeah.
You know why? Because you've attained everything you've attained for a reason.
Yes.
Right? You knew what it would take to have it.
Whew.
And then you still had to follow those 2 words. We still don't know what those 2 words are. Okay? So I'm going to tell you what those 2 words are in a few minutes, okay? I like to keep people wondering. So are you guys going to sit here and watch?
Stay tuned to the end if you want to know the 2 words.
Are you guys going to sit here and watch, or are you guys going to share? You know what I mean? Don't be spectators. I don't like spectators at my game. You got to be in the game, okay?
You got to be a participator.
You got to share, okay? Because like I said, this is not for the weak of heart. I'm going to say some things on here that's going to be very uncensored, and it's going to really resonate with you guys. And I think you guys like to hear my rawness, because you know how Coach Ace does, okay? So, choosing your struggle. What do we mean by choosing your struggle?
Well, hold on. Before you get started, this video is not going to be able to be monetized. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. So, just a warning, okay, guys? If you're watching us on YouTube right now, this video will not be monetized.
It won't be monetized. We ain't going to pay no ads for it or nothing. This is going to stay right up here forever as long as it needs to be, okay?
Welcome, Stephen Moody.
Okay. So, guys, listen. So, choosing your struggle. First of all, I would like everybody to participate. Like I said, I want spectators here. I want participators, not spectators. And I want you to post in a comment, what do you want out of life? What do you want out of life? This is a question that's really, really generalized, and it's important because you need to know exactly what you want out of life. And most people would say something like, I want to be happy. I want to be happy, right? Or they might say, I want a great family. They might say, I want a great job, I could use a really great job. I want something great. A great happy family, a great job, a great lifestyle, right? Or I just want to be happy. And the response is so common these days that it's expected that it really doesn't mean anything, right? And so everyone wants to live this carefree, happy, easy life, fall in love, and have amazing sex and relationships to look perfect and make money and be popular and well respected and admired and be like total big ballers with Lamborghinis and big houses and big, everything big, right? And then when you walk in the room, you want everybody to walk and look at you and part like the Red Sea, pretty much, right? And they want you to just walk right in. You know, like how Donald Trump just walks right into the room, right? Everybody just parted like the Red Sea, right? So it's easy to want those things, right? Everybody wants the whole thing. But here's the more interesting question. The question is, most people never consider, what pain do you want in your life? And what are you willing to do to struggle for it? Because based on your answers, this is what influences how your life is going to turn out. Okay? So think about what most people want. Let's talk about corporate America a little bit, right? People in corporate America, if you walked around with a microphone and you saw passerbys coming down the street and you interviewed every person that was on their lunch break and they're working for corporate America, they might answer that question and says, hey, how you doing, sir? How you doing, man? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want in life? What do you want? They're going to probably say, I want a big house, you know, with a white picket fence. Kind of like the American dream. Everybody's all sold on that bullshit, right? Or I want the nice corner office with a view, okay? Or maybe they might say, I want $1 billion bank account. But for these people who want these things, they are not willing to work those long-ass hours to have it. They're not willing to drive in the long distance to get to that job. And they're not willing to deal with the corporate bullshit and their bosses. But they want all those things. Now let's talk about relationships for a minute. Let's say you and your significant other. You want the romance. You want the finance. You want the passion. You want the great sex in the bedroom.
Uncensored, right? Ace Rich Freedom by Design.
You want the amazing relationship with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, whatever. Okay? But you ain't willing to go through having the awkward moments, those uncomfortable freaking discussions that come up in relationships, or those silent treatments that you go through, right, in relationships, or the hurt feelings, or the brokenheartedness, or the craziness and the drama with your other half. And you just end up deciding to just settle for boredom and stay single for the rest of your life. I'm getting somewhere here. Listen up. Because this is getting deep, okay? Whether you suffer from anxiety or loneliness or obsessive OCD disorder, or you have a dickhead boss who ruins half of your waking hours that you work for every single day, okay? People want these things, but they're not willing to go through the struggle to have it. But you don't end up with one unless you legitimately appreciate the pain and the struggle and the stress that comes with living it. Especially for those of you who like to lose weight. Now, I could be a victim of, I'm definitely guilty of this. I'm guilty of this, excuse me. I had a struggle with losing weight. I didn't think I was fat. One day, I went to Maui, Hawaii with this here, okay, with my honey, and he takes a picture of me at the balcony in Maui, Hawaii. And I'm looking at myself in this pink bikini. And I'm looking at my ass for a minute. And I said, hold on a second. Something ain't right. I know I did not let myself go that bad. Right? You got to take full responsibility. And I looked at myself like, oh, I got to cut back on the carbs. I got to drink more water. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And you got to look good. You got to feel good in your own skin. You only got one. And I looked at my picture and I looked at Rich and I said, Rich, I have to ask my significant other this question. And most guys don't want to answer this question. And I said, honey, am I fat? See, look, that's taboo. See that shit? You don't want you don't want to ask. You don't want to ask that question to your significant other because you know what they're going to tell you. And then they're going to tell you what you want to hear, but they don't want to tell you the truth because they don't want to hurt your feelings. But see, that's the struggle that you got to go through. You got to hear the truth from your other half.
And I told her the truth.
And he told me. He said, yeah. He said, yeah. But that is up to you. Don't do the losing weight regimen because of me. Do it because you want to for yourself.
But trust me, I didn't say she was fat.
No, you didn't upset me.
I said, like, hon, you put on a few pounds. Okay? You know, and you know, look, this is you, and this is you now. You see the difference? Why don't you answer your own question?
That's right. I love him. He's my honey. So this is what I'm saying to you, right? So inside the gym, you look at yourself in the mirror. You go to the gym. You're trying to battle this image that you have, that what you ideally want to see in your physique, but you're not willing to clean off the bad food off your plate, size down the portions, drink more water, let go of the bad food that's really putting on that bad weight for you, and you're still repeating the process, and you're not willing to have the struggle. You don't want to go through it to look good.
No. Here's something I want to say.
Yeah.
And I taught you this.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to eating food, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I never like if I have a plate full of food,
Mm-hmm.
I don't eat the whole thing. You know how I eat?
Till you're full.
I eat till I'm full.
Till you're full.
Like if my stomach feels full,
Yes.
and there's still food on the plate,
Yes.
I put my plate aside.
Exactly.
Now most people, believe it or not, most people are accustomed to finish the whole plate because when we were kids, what did your parents tell you? Eat your
everything
whole
off the
food,
plate.
Everything
Yeah,
off the plate.
exactly.
So that's what taught you to eat everything off the plate.
Exactly.
I just thought I'd say that.
No, that's good. That's good because it's the truth. Okay. Now let's talk about business. Okay, because that's what we're all here for. But we have to hear about life and business. See, when we coach and we talk about things, we talk about things from both perspectives because your life is your business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
So you don't end up becoming a successful entrepreneur unless you find a way to appreciate the risks and the uncertainty and the repeated failures and the insane hours and the late nights devoted to something that you may earn absolutely nothing. That's the thing about being an entrepreneur. Did you guys get that?
That cut deep.
You are not going to be a successful entrepreneur unless you find a way to appreciate and show gratitude for the risk and the uncertainty, the repeated failures, the insane hours, and the devoted to something that you may earn absolutely nothing.
Welcome to the dark side.
Okay? So this is what happens to us. We're conditioned to believe we are entitled to this stuff, but we're not willing to go through the struggle. Mm-hmm. Okay? So what determines your success? Well, think about it. That's a relevant question. If you want success, what pain are you willing to sustain? If you want to be successful, if you want the nice house, the nice car, the nice man, the nice woman, the nice body, you want all this stuff, but what pain are you willing to go and sustain? The path to happiness is a path full of shit haps and shame. It's going to happen. Okay?
Yeah.
You have to choose something, and it's going to have struggle. So you can't have a pain-free life. We all, Jim Rohn said, you born into this world and you're going to die. You ain't getting out of life alive. You're not going to get out of here alive. Everybody going to die one day. Not to be morbid about it, but it's true. So what you think? You're going to live life pain-free? You think you're not going to get hurt? You think you're not going to fall, crack a bone, hurt, break a hip? You don't know, right? What is the pain that you want to sustain? That's the hardest question that people need to ask and answer. And it matters because the question that actually will get you somewhere, the answers are going to be what dictates the way your life is going to become. So it's going to give you a better perspective now, hearing this message from me, okay? What makes you you, and what struggle and pain are you choosing to go through for what you want? That's how you choose your struggle. It's what defines and separates us and ultimately brings us together. And for most of our adolescent lives and young adulthood, we fantasize about being a rock star, a musician, a pianist, an astronaut, right? Like, I don't think I hear that many people say, I dream of being an accountant. Okay? Or any badass, leader, singer, songwriter, poet, whatever.
I want to be a lawyer.
Exactly, right? And the list goes on and on. Our kids are thinking like this too, so this is the way we were brought up. And for me, I always closed my eyes and I thought about one day I'm going to speak on stage in front of a lot of people and I'm going to inspire them with my story and I'm going to show them the way and the path how to achieve freedom, how to set themselves free from the 9 to 5 and become free, not financially free, free, period. Not dependent on a boss for their paycheck. They write their own paycheck. They got their own pen. They can do it themselves. Okay? And not play it safe either. Play it right. You got to have risk. Without risk, there's no reward. Right, honey?
And risk is scary. I mean, let's keep it real here.
Uh-huh.
Risk is scary. Okay?
Yes.
And we've gone through it. We understand what it feels like. But after a while, it becomes part of the norm.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, it's going to be very, weird and awkward and unfamiliar.
Yes.
But it does get familiar.
An opportunity will come knocking no matter what. So this idea, this fantasy that I had of one day I would be a speaker, a motivational speaker, an inspirational teacher, somehow, some way, I was going to make it happen. Now, what struggle, what pain was I willing to go through? I had to learn to become an entrepreneur because that was the vehicle that I needed to master before I got to the stage. You don't just jump on a stage and start talking to people. Doesn't happen like that.
Yeah.
Right? So here I am buying my time and putting all the energy and effort into learning things first, the basics, the fundamentals, the foundations, the principles for success, the disciplines, the habits. And I had to create a whole new regimen, a new identity for myself in order to get to that point to have what I want. Some of y'all are not willing to get that. You don't want to do it. You want a pain-free entrepreneur life, and you don't want to struggle. You don't want no pain.
Well, no, human beings don't want to deal with pain.
They don't want to deal with it.
It's normal.
Exactly.
It's like a protective.
Exactly.
That something in the brain just by default in our DNA protects us from going through pain. Tries to protect us.
And here's the thing. You gotta learn to get over that fear and love the process. You gotta love the process. That's a tough pill to swallow because I had to swallow it. Right? The growing stages from beginner, newbie, to advanced. That's why they call them levels for a reason. Because you either earn it or you stay where you are. And because of that, I had to learn to fail forward. I had to choose my struggle and keep failing. And fail as many times as I needed to fail. Matter of fact, I had to fail so fast, I had to fucking fail faster than I thought I had to fail. I had to fail a lot. Repeatedly. Go through hell. And then come back. And you know what I realized when I was failing? I wasn't trying hard enough to fail. How many of you are guilty for not trying hard enough to fail? You know? It's like the Academy Awards of failures. I want to know who failed worse than me. Right? You just got to put yourself on the line. And fail and give it your all and fail and give it your all and fail. Expect nothing in return. And give it your all. Because it's an ever, never-ending climb to the top of the mountain. You've got to go through that climb. And what took me a long time to think about this for a minute is the fact that I didn't like climbing. I didn't like going through the journey. I didn't like that stuff, boy, that makes you feel uncomfortable. And all that false identity about being an introvert and extrovert and all this other stuff, that stuff didn't matter. It was all bullshit. It's all bullshit. I'm an introvert. I'm an extrovert. It's not meant for me. It's meant for you. You chose your struggle. It's meant for you. Okay? So I like to just break this down for you guys to understand that in order for you to attain things that you want in life, whether it be life, business, success, relationships, you need to choose your struggle, but you need to understand that there's going to be pain to go with it, and you got to choose your pain too. And when it comes to failure, don't be afraid to fail, because you need to fail, and you need to fail as hard as you can. And get creative. But do it right and do it hard. Do it as hard. Give it all you got and fail anyway.
Yeah.
Give it all you got.
Gonna happen anyways. Might as well do it.
Don't be a sourpuss. Don't be a sore loser. I know a lot of sore losers in here too. Okay? Because once you become a sore loser, you give up on your dreams. You just pretty much quit.
Pretty
Quit.
much. Yeah.
You let yourself down. You succumb to other people's ideologies about who you are, and they start making false pretenses of what category you belong. They don't know you because they don't know, and they criticize what they are not willing to go through or have what you want. So the truth is far less interesting than these other people's expectations of you, what the status quo expects of you. See, I thought I wanted something, and I thought I would get it easy. A lot of you guys are guilty of that. You see an idea, you want it bad enough, and you think it's going to come to you easy because you have this big notion or ego about yourself that you're not going to go through any pain or struggle, that it's just going to happen. Listen, there is no fairy godmother in this fucking business industry that's going to wave a magic wand and give it to you. Okay? This is not Cinderella. That's Disney. Okay? This is real. Okay? And the story. So you need to work hard with what you want so that you can actually go through the fight, go through the struggle, go through the pain, and then reap the rewards. And fall in love with the process. Okay? Because who you are is defined by what you're willing to struggle for. I'm going to repeat that. Somebody write that in there for me. Who you are is defined by what you're willing to struggle for. See, people who enjoy struggles at the gym are the ones who run marathons. They're the ones that got that six-pack abs and, they look good, and they got the chiseled arms and the chiseled ankles and the chest and whatever the hell they got. Everything.
Got chiseled elbows.
Elbows and shit. It's all looking all tight, bench pressing all big, Those are the guys, right? The people who join those long work weeks and the politics of the corporate ladder are the ones who fly to the top, right? Private jets, they fly. They go different places. And people who enjoy the stresses and uncertainties of the starving artist lifestyle or ultimately the ones who live it and make it happen. Nobody's going to give it to you. Mm-hmm. You got to make it happen. It's through grit and grind. That's how you do it.
I can't tell you how many stages I played with empty houses in the beginning. And then, after years of just playing for nothing,
yes,
we got recognized.
Yes.
And we started playing, more events, and we started seeing bigger crowds.
Yeah.
And then we started, opening up for national acts.
Yes.
And that's when it started changing. And I can tell you, you said something earlier that really hit home to me. Mm-hmm. You got to be willing to do this for free.
Yeah.
In the beginning, for a while, till you earn it.
You got to earn it.
And that's what happened to us. I remember that. And then I got to be with my idol and everything, and all the great things started happening. Yeah. But man, it's so true. I can't. I now I'm remembering.
I think about that, and that's from an artist perspective. But if we go down the corporate ladder for a minute, if we look at how long we've been conditioned to work the job, even not really working the job and still getting paid and expecting a paycheck. Right? Think about it. You go to work tomorrow, you work the whole week. You work in a supermarket pushing carts, or you work in a retail establishment behind the cash register, or you work in a cubicle with some asshole that's getting on your nerves, and you got to put up with it, okay? But you just there, and you getting paid by the hour. You getting paid by the hour to sit on your ass and do nothing, just show up. That's it, because that's what you're used to. It's your job. And they're used to doing that because they'll pay you by the clock. Tick, 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 tick. You clocked in, you clocked out. You're getting paid. Now, the tables have turned. You're the entrepreneur. Now you got to earn your paycheck, and that's what hurts you. That's what stings, because you can't go through the struggle. You can't fathom the truth that you are going to get paid if you do the production. If you produce results, you get paid. You're not used to that. You are not used to that.
You got to put in the time.
You got to put in the time.
Yeah.
That's the difference between being an entrepreneur and being an employee. Let that sink in, okay?
And when you're doing something like this, though, you're really doing it for yourself.
Right.
And you're not used to doing it for yourself.
You're not.
You're used to doing it always for somebody else.
That's it.
You know?
The entitlement mentality is expecting a paycheck
Yeah.
even when you do nothing. Doesn't
Yeah.
work like that here, boys and girls.
Yeah.
It don't work
Ladies
like
and
that.
gentlemen.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's a never-ending upward spiral, and if you think at any point you're allowed to stop climbing, I'm afraid you just literally just lost everything I just told you about.
The day you stop climbing, you start sliding down that mountain so fast.
Exactly. And those two words that never, ever stop in my mind, that keep me going, and why I continue to have results, why I continue to have success, why I keep pushing forward, is I say, fuck it. Those are the two words.
Now, where did you learn this from?
Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys a resource that I learned this from. This is a great chapter that I actually am summarized. It is from the book. The book title is called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Okay, by Mark Manson. It is a great book. I highly recommend you read it. It is no joke. There is a lot of F-bombs in the book, but they're laid out strategically to break things down cognitively for you to get an understanding of how things just really should not matter to you. How you care, how other people care about you, what you think about, what other people think about you. Like, you got to learn to say fuck it. Because this stuff don't matter. What matters is what you do. And the actions you put into your life and into your business. So the book is great. Okay? So, Rich, I'm going to go and grab that link. Let's take some Q&A. And did you guys get value out of that?
Woo! I love that. You brought me back, man.
Yeah.
You brought me back because, you know, that does make a lot of sense. I mean, we were in the basement for quite a long time getting our set ready for our music. And, you know, I wasn't getting paid for that, you know? Mm-hmm. And then we were looking for different places to play when we didn't really have much of a crowd.
Right.
And, you know, we weren't getting paid for that. You know, we were playing out for free, you know, just to get ourselves out there. And then we just kept doing it, you know. Went to the studio. We had to pay for that. Second studio, the bill was over $12,000 for our second CD we recorded.
Here, Rich.
So, I mean, you got to put a lot and invest a lot in yourself.
Yeah.
And go through that struggle. Go through that pain. You'll discover so much about you that you never knew was possible.
Exactly. Got to break that old paradigm, man.
Oh, absolutely.
You're not going to survive
Absolutely.
this industry if you keep thinking you're entitled to make something. You haven't produced. I see people all the time coming into our business, and this is I don't know what is wrong with them. I'm like, why do you think just because you sign on the dotted line that I'm supposed to give you or write you a check right now, and you haven't even gotten started in the business yet and haven't started marketing?
Haven't learned no skill sets,
No
like that.
skill sets or nothing. They're like, I just want my paycheck. That's what I come here for. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but this ain't that kind of thing, man.
No.
Go back to your job.
No.
This is not that.
For Jar, one of my idols is Dino Calares from Fear Factory. I managed to actually meet him in person, and we actually opened up for Fear Factory, so which is my favorite, one of my favorite bands actually. So now people can say that in the world. I got to really, you know, hang out with my idol and
Yes.
open up for them. So that was amazing.
Yes.
And it's I have a lot more. I have a lot more idols.
Yeah, we have a student in our team. We have a lot of team members. We have the largest team in our company. And the thing is, one of our students was dealing with a confidence issue. And I recommended this book. And he started reading it, a part of his book challenge. And he came back to me with so many comebacks that it gave him a better perspective of how to develop confidence. More in himself. Now, what's he doing, Rich?
Crushing it.
Crushing it.
Crushing it.
Video marketing. Somebody like that with no confidence is getting up on video now and doing videos each and every single day without fail, and is continually driving traffic and delivery, value, delivery. He is learning. So if you got your own little qualms, your own little challenges, your own little fears, get that book and read about it and learn not to give a fuck about the shit that you're worried about. 'Cause that's petty stuff compared to stuff that is coming to you.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, you know, you listen to a lot of videos on YouTube and, you know, Facebook, and everybody's trying to be all polished and trying to just make you, you know, believe in what they're saying and stuff. But, you know, we're not like that.
Yeah.
We're straight, like, this is what you see is what you get.
That's it.
Blunt. You know what I mean? You might not want to hear some things, but it's the reality. It's the truth.
It's true.
So we're not going to sugarcoat it and try to like polish up everything that we do because that's not us.
No, because then I won't be who I really am, and I'm a firm believer in transparency. And what you see is what you get with me and Rich, and we share the same core values ourselves.
Absolutely.
You know, we know there's a time and a place to clean it up and not say it all the time, but there's just certain topics you just gotta let go.
Yeah, and this is one of them.
And this is one of them.
So you cannot, pretty much just don't give a fuck.
Exactly. And you know what? I give props to my dad. My dad was the oldest, God rest his soul. My dad passed away at 77 years old, but my dad was a tough SOB. And let me tell you something. If there was any word of advice he always told me, was like, I just don't give a fuck. And even to his last breath, he was like, I don't give a fuck. I know where I'm going. I'm happy. I'm good. I'm good. He just said it like that. And he lived his life always about that. And now I see why he was such a strong man. And he didn't let nobody bother him. Nobody's words, nobody's judgments, and what people thought about him. He just didn't give up. That's it.
Much, yeah.
It ain't no Jersey thing. That's parenthood.
Life.
That's life, right?
All right,
Old
guys.
school shit.
I don't see any questions.
I
think you gave him a lot of stuff.
It's
here.
okay. It's okay. And let it sink in. Let it resonate with you. And if you want to come forward and say something, definitely go ahead and type it in the chat.
Yeah.
Fajar says, "Nice man. I gotta hang on with Dark Tranquility back in the day."
Dark Tranquility. Oh my God, I've heard of those guys. now after this live, I'm gonna go look for them now, right? Just to remind myself what they sound like.
Yes.
Yeah, they're a good band. From what I remember, they're a very good band.
Yeah, Fajar says, I gotta listen to the book. If you have the book by Mark Manson, listen. Don't let that book just, sit there. If it's an audio book, start getting it in your regimen of your personal development mindset. Listen to it 30 minutes a day right before you go to bed. Let it sink in. So when you wake up first thing in the morning, it's in your subconscious. And you know what? That's what it gets you juiced up. It gets you going in the morning, and you have like your straight focus. Even if before you go to work. You know what? You know how much challenges and obstacles you gotta go when you get to work? There's a lot, isn't it? Not so much in the business. It's more when you're on your way to work. It's always stuff that happens before you get to work.
Yeah. Hey, Lamar, you're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Joyce Jolly's like, keep it real.
That's right.
I saw somebody said, don't put half-ass, put the whole ass, right, Ace? That's right, put the whole ass in.
All right, guys, so we got an appointment coming up, so we're going to wrap this live up, okay? We want to thank you guys for actually coming out and watching us here live on YouTube, also watching us on Facebook. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Leave a message if you think of something, because maybe you might not think of it now, but you might think of it afterwards when we're gone. Happens all the time, okay? So leave a comment and make sure that you click on the link below. Find out exactly what we're doing to crush it and become an entrepreneur.
That's right.
The real way, right? Yes. No BS here. All right, guys. Guys, have a great evening, and we'll see you on a new live very soon, okay? Bye, guys.
Bye.